Good afternoon. I'm Jessie Church, and this presentation is for Education 8510. We're looking today at leader interview questions asked by me to a person in my organization. And we're going to be closely looking at techniques and tools that influence curriculum and instruction. The person that I interviewed is an assistant professor of curriculum and instruction at my university. She is an educational leader who has an educational doctorate in curriculum and instruction and a master's of education in curriculum instruction, specializing in reading instruction. As the coordinator of curriculum and instruction, she oversees the master's of education program at our four-year university, which is a state university. The responsibilities of the assistant professor of curriculum instruction include analyzing the curriculum for the courses that are taught and coordinated within that master's degree and doctoral degree programs. She advises master level students in the areas of curriculum instruction, recruits candidates to the program, and ensures that all C&I courses are taught by effective instructors and professors, as well as overseeing all thesis and doctoral thesis and master thesis presentations, research permissions, and those duties. In addition to that, the interviewee is in charge of hiring and ensuring that our adjuncts or professors within the program are prepared and fully ready to instruct. The organization is a four-year organization, which has about 10,000 students who attend class in various formats. The university offers online classes, a combination of online face-to-face classes and face-to-face classes at regional satellite campuses across our area, as well as face-to-face classes on our campus. The organization offers 66 educational programs from undergraduate to the doctoral level. Currently, my interviewee teaches in the program of the Masters of Curriculum Instruction, which is offered in the online format. Our organization for curriculum instruction is there to develop an overview of critical thinking about curriculum in all areas. The Curriculum Instruction Master's Program contains several focus areas, such as concentrations like library science, curriculum design, foreign language, and specialist programs, for example, reading specialists. Educational technology falls under this, and we've even developed a new program, which is developing curriculum through the lens of technology. So that's an exciting venture. That's all overseen by my interviewee. There are several models that impact curriculum development and instructional practices within the institution. Curriculum instruction courses are taught 100% online in the master's program, and therefore the online model of instruction is used. Students are required to complete an internship or field experience within a classroom. And within that field experience, they complete several signature assignments as the courses move through their progression. State and national standards impact curriculum decisions as well, and the instructional practices used. As a program, it's important for our students to understand the alignment of curriculum with standards and how those move hand in hand. Because our program's online, anyone across the world can attend and is accepted into our program for the Masters of Curriculum Instruction. And therefore, we use a lot of national standards for different professional organizations, as well as some state standards where if teachers are placed for their internship in those states, we are able to use those state standards for alignment as well. Student teaching and teaching within this parameter is not quite like student teaching. It's more of an internship, or if a teacher already is teaching in the profession looking to get a master's, they are using that as their field experience or internship. Teachers in that case are taking these signature assessments and making them align to the national standards or the standards for their state. For example, students are creating a reading process or program, a set of lessons that they would use for reading specialists. They would use the state standards or the national standards, depending on their state's decision on that. Strategies that impact curriculum development and instructional practices within the course program. Online conference platforms such as WebEx provide virtual class time every 2 weeks. so that students who are craving that face-to-face time can attend these courses. However, we cannot make those mandated due to the fact that our model or for our class is online fully, but students do have the preference of attending those bi-monthly meetings. Video applications like YouTube provide a way for course instructors to record lectures or directions and post those weekly or even perhaps bi-weekly on their websites. And really websites, we mean their Moodle. And the organization uses Moodle for class access. Discussion posts, partner activities that are completely virtual, and video responses are also strategies that are embedded in the courses that are impacting the curriculum development and the instructional practices. So although the classes are online, the instructors seek to make connections with their students through offering virtual face-to-face time that's live, as well as videos and video instructions. And of course, instructors are present when email and student hours as a strategy to help answer any questions about the curriculum or the instructional practices. There are several tools that impact curriculum development and instructional practices within our courses for curriculum instruction. They're developed with an overview and foundation. So there's no one specific curriculum or one specific avenue discussed in the courses. The tools used are an overview of understanding what curriculum instruction are and how they function. Open source materials and peer-reviewed articles are also used as informational readings. There are digital tools that are used within the courses to create more connectivity between the students, such as online textbooks. Things like MyLab and Pearson offers a MyLab where the students can watch videos and interact, as well as answer questions within that text. Teachers also use Flipgrid, and my interviewee specifically mentioned that she requires students to do several online Flipgrid discussion boards, so it's not just typing back and forth, there are video responses. Applications like Nearpod are used, as well as Google applications like Forms and Sheets, as well as Kahoot or Quizlet, and Quiz could be used as well for assessment. So there are lots of digital tools that are implemented depending on the course instructor, but as the coordinator of the program, it is expected that professors teaching in this department, in this program, are incorporating several of those activities and functions as tools for learning. Effective ways of integrating technology into the design of curriculum instruction really first starts with the tools we mentioned on the last slide. In addition, we have digital textbooks, as I mentioned, for example, MyLab with Pearson. Sage Publication also offers some online things where students will log into their specific platform, and teachers can set the assignments and students will go through that text in that manner. This ensures students are reading the text and that activities are aligned with that curriculum from a textbook company. In addition, Flipgrid is used for video discussions and responses. Google Drive documents can be used here to create interactive coursework, especially within online formats. Students can work on one document and make live changes together. For example, Jamboard can be used through Google Drive, whereas students can create interactive posters and multiple students can put content on that poster at one time. And then those posters can be posted in a discussion feed and shared amongst the course. This allows for collaboration, even though the classes are online, and it provides connectivity between the students so that they're learning from each other. And that's a big part of the curriculum that's impacting our way our students are learning, and that we are really fostering that within the curriculum and instruction department. Nearpods for interactive presentations provide a way to have instruction, collaboration, and assessment in one site. A Nearpod is also a great experience for our teacher candidates that are in our master's level program, because this is a function they can use with their own students. So creating lessons that professors have their students complete gives the teacher candidates an idea of what they can create for their own students. Digital quizzes through Moodle and other platforms like Google Forms, Kahoot, and Quiz are also effective ways of integrating technology as a way for assessment. So documents can be printed out, assessments are gathered quickly, and teachers can make informed decisions about what needs to happen in the next week. or which students may need some remediation or some just clarity, and perhaps sending an email to help clear up any misconceptions could occur in that course. Looking at how and analyzing how curriculum instruction leaders assist educators in improving learning is really a foundational concept within our curriculum instruction department. It is the responsibility of my interviewer, E, to make sure that her students are learning what curriculum and what effective instruction looks like. And she's leading educators across the country in learning how to improve our education system in the pre-K to 12 classrooms. Educators in these courses are assisted via email, bi-monthly virtual sessions, and online platforms. These educators can also contact their professors and my interviewee via email or by phone and set up student meetings and student hours with their students. Professors in the C&I program offer feedback and they really provide specific assistance for each task virtually or also through videoed WebEx type sessions. We also offer bi-monthly virtual classes to support learning. This way, we're ensuring that our students are learning in platforms that are online, but also providing multiple learning strategies to meet all of their needs. An example of a bi-monthly meeting could be that we offer lectures with projects that are going on virtually. So we're teaching live, interacting through digital platforms. And there is a drawback to that. As my interviewee mentioned, the challenge is that because we're in an online program, the students are not required to attend those live online classes. So about 15 to 25% attend those courses or those live nights. So that is quite the downfall when we're not able to get full participation. However, having the option as a support for people that need that virtual discussion in a live format is amazing for the students that do participate. Curriculum instruction leaders are also analyzed and how they assist the educators in their courses by providing collaborative online learning environments. So the professors ensure that there is an opportunity for all students in those courses to discuss different concepts with each other, whether it is a traditional discussion board or a video feed discussion board. And within that, the professors are really fostering the dispositions of trust, listening, patience, and open orientation. The organization of my interviewee partners with LSU's Leadership Development Institute to support our instructors and educators in the courses with strengthening these dispositions. So there are 25 dispositions, well, actually 27 dispositions, and our university partners with LSU LDI to offer our candidates with the ability to strengthen the ones that the dispositions they feel are stressors. And so we take that time and we're completing some research on how those dispositions impact effective teachers. So C&I course instructors are fostering that as when they are developing courses that promote connectivity and collaboration and open orientation. As we're also asking our teacher candidates and our courses to go out and try something new and really become an explorer in what their ideas are for developing curriculum and looking at instructional methods for delivering that. The C&I course instructors provide content-specific assignments that are based on real-world projects, and they also have internship requirements within that. So, for example, candidates have to diagnose a reading deficit in a learner, and then they create, implement, and evaluate a remediation plan. The challenge is that with COVID restrictions, not all candidates can create a classroom where they are able to work for the internship. So with COVID, if a teacher is not already in the classroom place as a classroom teacher, it can be challenging for those teachers to actually find a place to go and volunteer and get their field experience hours. That has been an additional hiccup, but classrooms are opening up more and more, and our teacher candidates are getting into those classrooms more as an internship to be able to practice these different strategies they're learning, as well as implement remediation plans. Comparing curriculum development at the organization with research-based evidence really shows that the way that we're facilitating our classes in an online format is an effective and engaging way to keep our learners progressing. The curriculum department at the master's level for CNI integrates technology to increase engagement and motivation and accelerate learning, and we're accessing students worldwide. The U.S. Department of Education states that creating an interdisciplinary classroom where technologies weave through as a pedagogy is more effective and engaging and offering courses that are more effective for our teachers. Professors also in the CNI program must develop their courses to provide teacher candidates access to curriculum resources using technology, and they have practice in analyzing resources and developing innovative improvements in assessment and collaboration. So in this process, our teachers are learning to really grab their students' attention, but also to provide them the platforms for learning that they'll implement in their own classroom. So not only engaging them in the processes we're using, as we're using them, they are learning the skills and pedagogy that implement the technology in their own placements and in their own positions. A multidisciplinary learning approach needs to occur where curriculum is not isolated by content area. For example, we use digital pedagogy that's embedded in other course areas. So if a student is learning about the Revolutionary War, a teacher may create an escape room that has a student accessing many different types of technology in order to find clues to unlock each level of the escape room. The student is then learning to do some reading as they're reading and researching these digital resources for clues. They're also learning to use the technology platforms as they're accessing different types of technology and games. So learning is not isolated by content, it is weaved throughout, and that content's interconnected. Comparing instructional development at the organization with research-based evidence also states that the courses are providing learning that is not just the consumption of knowledge, but the creation of knowledge that's formed in learning communities and within the instructional practices. We are not a sit and get type program where students are being asked to memorize things from their text and spit them back out. Students in the CNI program are learning to utilize curriculum and build instruction that will support students at multiple levels. And they are required to implement that instruction in their experiences. For example, teacher candidates are doing the escape room, but they're also going in, creating a math lesson, devising which aspects they're going to teach, then analyzing the data of how that process and learning how to reteach and differentiate to meet the needs of the students that didn't get it. Online learning and the CNI courses provide the instructors with the ability to transform teaching and embed digital pedagogy techniques and model connected instruction. So our program is not an isolated course where you're learning how to teach one specific thing. You are learning to integrate the standards that must be met in creative and new ways, and embedding that digital technology, and also embedding the collaboration and connectivity we search for as we're teaching our students, and hope that we're motivating them to reach for that connectivity with their own students. Professors, for example, teach with Nearpod formats, and teacher candidates use the same process in their internships. So what's being modeled in the course is then able to be modeled in the classroom by the teachers taking the courses. For example, teacher candidates are then taking those Nearpods, embedding pre-assessments, having lesson instruction with collaboration and video and games, and then offering post-assessments where reports can be viewed and success rates can be calculated, and then teachers can determine remediation strategies to make sure everyone is getting the knowledge that they need. So as we look at where we are as an organization, we are aiming overall to provide curriculum instruction models and designs that are embedded in our courses as we teach, but that are also able to be used by the teachers taking our courses, so that as they're learning, they're gaining the tools in their toolbox to continue to teach the way that we are providing for them. So although we're in an online format, these teachers are learning to teach in the live classroom, and we're providing those experiences for them and that support. Here are my resources. And if you need any further information, please feel free to email me. Thank you so much for your attention and for your participation in my lesson today.